Man, I love this life, let's set it all on furl. Love all my fans, and I love this girl. She got a heart of diamonds and her eyes like pearls. Gotta take her with me when I tour the world. So give me a little bit more time. Hit it with a verse so dope, so prime. Metaphorical lines every time.
Well, I guess since you threw it on me first, I appreciate y'all coming out. At any time y'all feel like y'all want to question, y'all want to stop me, feel free to do so. I'm nobody special. I'm just somebody that Eric wanted me to come out to and speak. So I appreciate y'all give me the attention. So, like he addressed earlier about the goal setting, I could think back to, I'm 28 by the way, so not too old, but I'm getting a little bit older. Probably 12 years ago, I remember I was in high school, and I knew probably my junior year that I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. At that age, I probably was about 16. A lot of people picked on me about it because, it's kind of a taboo thing. Walking around in posing trunks on stage, half naked around a whole bunch of guys. Most people think it's kind of weird, So, and it is in a way. But I knew then I wanted to be a pro bodybuilder. I knew that at an early age. So, like he said, I started setting small goals for myself at an early age. I listened to a lot of Steve Harvey, Will Smith, and a lot of those guys are very good motivational speakers to me that I actually can relate to, because a lot of those guys came from nothing, and now it seems like they have everything they've ever wanted. But I admire both those two guys because they started at the bottom. A lot of people who are successful kind of was born into it. I respect anybody that started at the very bottom and earned their own, So to me, I relate to both of those guys a lot. But both of them told me in a message one day, I was watching a video, and they were like, visualization, like you were saying, is the most important part of setting a goal. If you set a goal, or you have a goal, you have a dream or an idea, it's just that without any action behind it. It just remains an idea, or just remains a goal, or just remains a dream. If you don't put any action behind it, or any application behind it, then it no longer turns into anything else. It just stays the same thing it always is. It's just an idea or a dream or a goal. When you start applying knowledge, you start applying wisdom behind that, and application, that's when it becomes something that you're actually chasing now. So I tell people it's good to set goals, but are you chasing those goals? Are you pursuing those? A lot of people have set goals, but no one chases them. To me, setting a goal is not really worth anything to me if you're not really chasing it. A lot of people say, I have a goal to do this, but what are you doing to try to reach that? Oh, well, I don't know, I'm kind of, well, then it's not that serious to you, Setting a goal to me doesn't impress me at all. A lot of people have goals, but they never do anything to get to that point. So what's the point of having it? It's just, I guess to say or to look good, it makes you feel good about yourself. Oh, I got a goal to do this one day. I want to be a millionaire. I want to do whatever. What are you working towards to get to that point? A lot of people can't answer that question. Each day, I knew I was doing something to get better. My first goal was to do a show. Okay, so I knew at 130 pounds, I was like, I'm not a big guy, I don't have a lot of muscle, but my first step, was to do a show. So I had to do a diet, get a coach, and do a show. That was my first goal. Okay, so I did that. Didn't turn out the way I wanted necessarily. I was a lot smaller than I thought, but that was the first step. I had to get into that fitness industry some kind of way, get on that stage and get used to being in front of people. So that was goal number one. And goal number two, all right, now I want to see if I can put on 10 pounds. Okay, it's a little bit harder than what I thought it was going to be. My body seems to want to stay a smaller weight than actually put on weight. Most people have the opposite problem, but it's harder for me to put on weight than it is for me to lose weight. So I accomplished that second goal. Third goal, let me see if I can win a show, like win my class or win my division in a contest. So 2009 was, I think, was when he said he saw me. I did the junior South Carolina State show when I was 21 at the time. I won my class and I won the whole overall junior division. So that was my goal number 3 that I set for myself. I was like, I wanted to do a show, I wanted to put some weight on, now I wanted to win my class in my division. Okay, so then I actually decided to switch to another federation, and I went to the SMBF, which is what he's in now, which is the Supernatural Bodybuilding Federation, and I ended up turning pro in that. I did that for a few years. Competition to me, I didn't feel like was as steep as I wanted it to be. I feel like I was winning too easy, and I wanted to be with the best. So I felt like, well, the best people are in the NPC. So I was like, if I want to be, I became a pro now, but now I want to be a competitive pro, the best. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself, by the time I'm 30 years old, to become an IFBB pro. So at 27 and a half, I met Trey Hodge, which is my coach now. I met him at 24, 25? Yeah, 24. So I told Trey, I said, you know, before I turn 30, my goal is to turn pro as IFBB in the IFBB league. He said, okay. He said, well, that gives us 4 years. He said, I think we can do it in 2. I said, well, that's pushing it. I said, but you know, I'm definitely down to do that, you know. So we started making plans and setting goals, small goals, to get to that next point. So my next goal was, okay, now I have to get qualified and do a national level show. So I was doing state level shows. So now I'm at the national level. So now it's a little bit different. So now I got a whole bunch of other people just like me trying to go for the same thing I'm going for. Okay, so now I have to say I want to try to place top 5. So if I can be in the top 5 tier of my group, then I know I'm at the very elite in that division. So I did that. Okay, we came back to the drawing board. What's next? Trey's like, well, now you need to go to a, not junior national level, now you need to go to the national level, which is a step up. So I said, okay. So last year, we decided to go to nationals, which was in Miami, Florida, in November. So God willing, I said, you know, if I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna try to take top 10 was my goal. I said, I'm not leaving without top 10, you know. In the back of my mind, that's what I was telling myself. And I was like, if I can get the top 10 in the national level, that's the whole nation of everybody. If I can be the top 10 in my weight class, then I know I got a shot in the next 3 years to get a pro card, you know. So my goal, obviously, every show I do is to try to win. We all strive to win. We all should anyway. But realistically, my goal was, in the back of my mind, kind of doubting myself, like, well, if I can get top 10, I'm good. But really, I really was wanting to win. A lot of people say, well, it's your first time, you're 27. There's no way you're gonna go pro at 27, it's not gonna happen. So I had one or two choices. I could either listen to that, or I could say, you know what, that's other people's weaknesses, that's other people's fears, or that's what other people couldn't do, and buy into that. So I told myself, I said, you know what, I put up a piece of paper, and I wrote IFBB Pro on it, and I put down the year, and I put down the weight class, and I stuck it on my mirror in my bedroom, in my restroom. So every morning I get up, I go use the restroom, I wash my face, brush my teeth, and I look up, the first thing I see in the mirror was that label. I saw that for 2 years straight. And I remember telling myself, I said, you know, why am I doubting myself now? Because other people told me, just go get top 10. And if you get top 10, you'll be all right. But my whole goal was to take first, you know, and to get my pro card. So I'm already taking, and one of my best friends told me, he's like, you're not gonna go down there and get your pro card your first time. It just doesn't happen that way. He told me that. Charles Dixon told me that. And he said, go down there. He said, you're gonna go down there and you're gonna get beat. You'll get some experience. And then you'll come back hungrier. And so the next couple of years, you'll eventually get to that point of where you win. And I'm like, I kind of felt some type of way because, you know, he told me that. And I didn't really know why he said that because I felt like, why would you not support me as my friend to think I could do something that maybe you couldn't do? But why do I have to not be able to do it because you couldn't? So I talked to Trey about it. I told Trey said, well, ultimately, JT, it's up to you. You know, as long as you don't miss your meals, you don't miss any cardio sessions, any workouts, and you do your due diligence with your studying or your posing, your execution on your poses, I don't see why you can't pull that off. But it has to be something that you want. So last year, thank God I went down there. It was on, actually I turned 28 the day of the show, so I was 27, 28, and I was fortunate enough to walk away with my IFBB Pro card last year. And I remember when I was on that stage and it was me and another guy standing, it was just me and another guy standing there. And I remember hearing my name called and knowing I got my pro card was just like, I mean, I almost couldn't believe it, you know, because like this whole time people told me I couldn't do it, you know. And I remember when I started at 19, you know, here I was, what, 9 years later? And I did what I set my goal out to do. And I told myself before 30 I wanted to be a pro, and here I was, just turning 28 that day, and I did it. So I did it with 2 years of experience. So now my goal is by 30, I want to be on the Mr. Olympia stage, and that's something that I set for myself. So I didn't qualify this year, so I got all of next year and the year after. So I got 2 full years to make that happen. Hopefully I can do it before 2 years, but that's my goal is by 30, I want to be able to do that. And I really feel in my heart that I can do that. I don't care what anybody else tells me. that's personal preference. What other people tell you, you have to believe in yourself, and it can go back to anything. It don't have to be bodybuilding or sports related. If you got a job interview, or let's say, I know a lot of people might have went to high school and graduated and didn't go to college, and so certain people tell you, well, you can't get a certain job because you don't have a college degree. A lot of times we all hear that. Everybody's heard that. That's not necessarily the case. You know, if you really feel like God wants you to have something, you really feel like it's yours, and you believe in your heart that you deserve that, why should a piece of paper stop you from getting something you know you deserve and you're qualified to do? I don't feel like a piece of paper should dictate because someone else says that you don't have this, that you can't gain this. But if you believe that you can't get that, then that's as far as you'll go. But if you believe in your heart, I'm gonna get this job no matter what. It might take me a while, it might take me 2, 3, 4 years to get it, but eventually I will have this. But you gotta believe, like you said earlier, if you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. It's gotta be, to me, I think honestly, self-belief is the most important part of this whole topic. Because you and yourself gotta believe it. If you don't believe it's gonna happen, it won't, I promise you. And I know right now, I'm telling y'all, in 2 years, I'll be on that stage, and y'all may still remember me from now. 2 years from now, y'all may not, but I'm telling you, 2 years from now, if it don't happen next year, I'm gonna be on that stage. I don't remember when I told y'all that. And I'm gonna look back and they be like, dang, that guy really wasn't lying. No, I was not. Because I mean, a lot of people take it as me being cocky, but it's not. It's just that I know what I'm capable of doing. And it's almost like, and I'm not trying to get religious on y'all, but a lot of people don't understand, you know, whoever your higher being is, that's between you and whoever. But to me, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I believe I'm made in his image. And if I'm made in God's image, I can do what he did. And he says that he spoke stuff and it happened. So if you speak something and you believe that and you command something to move and it moves, if you feel like, if you really feel in your heart and you start speaking something enough, eventually it becomes reality. So a lot of people say, be realistic in your goals. What is realistic? I don't really know that. What's realistic? Realistic to you might be different from what's realistic to you. And what's realistic to me might be different from him. Whatever is realistic is whatever you feel in your mind is real and what's not. So when people tell me, oh, you turn pro at 27, it's not realistic. To them, maybe it's not, but to me, it is realistic. To me, realistic is not having an object with 150 people in it, flying across the air, going from state to state, country to country. That's not realistic to me. But the Wright brothers didn't believe that when people told them they couldn't build a plane, they didn't believe other people. And now people travel every day, fly on planes all the time. But the first person that started doing that, I'm sure it looked like they were crazy. Cell phones. First person to invent a cell phone. Oh, there's no way you're gonna ever be able to talk to somebody in a different state on a mobile device. That's crazy, it's not realistic. Now, if you leave your phone at home, you go back and get it. I know I do.
Before you get your wallet.
Yeah, before you get your wallet, or your keys. You can't do, where my phone at? That's the first thing we do. But I mean, I'm pretty sure no one thought you would have the access to stuff that we have now on a mobile device. I'm pretty sure 20, 30 years ago, if you just said it to somebody, look at you like you were crazy. It's not realistic. You see what I'm saying? What's realistic to you? Everybody has that term and it's different for every single one of y'all. You know, so to me, realistic is what you want it to be. You know, I can't tell you what's realistic for you, but it's gonna be something different from everybody else. So to me, saying I wanna be a millionaire by the time I'm 40, you know, that's, what, 12 years from now? To some people, that might not be realistic. But to me, I feel like it's very well realistic. I've seen a lot of people do it quicker. I've seen it. I feel like by the time I'm 35, I want to own something of my own. I want to be a CEO of my own company of some sort. I want to own something, a business of some sort. And I know that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. How do I know? I don't know. I just feel it in my heart. And everything I've had that same feeling about has always come true. Every single thing I've ever done in my life has always come true. I can't say why, but honestly, I really feel like it's because when I say something, I really, in my heart, like really believe with all my might that it's gonna happen. I really do. And call me crazy, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am, but it always comes true though. So, I mean, I can't be too crazy. You know, but you don't get me wrong, you definitely gotta put your work in though. I can't just say I wanna be a pro and just sit at home on the couch and eat potato chips and it happens. It's not gonna happen. I gotta put my work in. You gotta put your due diligence and actually put in your time. And I'm telling you, if you put in the work in anything in life, as long as you work, you don't give up, 9 times out of 10, it'll happen. Most people don't make it because they quit. Anything they're doing, like whether it's business, relationships, sports, whatever it is. Most people, the gym, most people don't lose the weight they want to lose because they end up quitting. I did it for 3 months. What, did it take you 3 months to put all that weight on? Probably not. Probably 2 or 3 years. So Why do you think you're gonna lose 70 pounds in 3 months? It's probably not gonna happen. If it took you 3 years to put it on, why don't you get it the same amount of time that you took you to put it on to get it off? Well, it takes too long. It's not quick. Everybody wants something quick. But you gotta set a small goal, like you said. Maybe let's start doing, let's say we lose 3 pounds a week. Let's work on that first. Then maybe another 3 pounds. Okay, now I wanna feel better about myself. Okay, now I wanna get in this dress I hadn't got into in 5 years. Okay, now I wanna wear those jeans I ain't worn in 10 years. Let's start setting my small goals before you know it. Oh, I lost 30 pounds. But if you look at the big goal, sometimes too much, it can be overwhelming. It can scare you sometimes. But honestly, you should be uncomfortable in your goal setting. It should sound to the average person like you're crazy. It should. Because if your goals don't sound crazy to other people, they're not big enough. If I said, oh, I want to go buy a Honda, people are like, okay, cool, go do that. If I said, I'm going to go buy a Bentley, oh, you can't do that, it's not possible. You can't do that, it's not possible. At 28, you're not going to be able to do that. Now, if I go do it, they're like, oh my God, he actually went and did that. Set a goal that sounds unrealistic to the average person. The average common person should look at your goals and call you crazy. I really feel that way. I really do. So guess what? If you don't make it, you're still better than the average person. You know? And if you do, then hey, guess what? Now you got a story to tell. You know? So anyway, that's enough for me. I'm gonna let KJ tell you about his journey. If y'all have any more questions too about me after you get done speaking, feel free to ask me. For sure.
Any questions? Yet? Not yet? I'm KJ.